So, from the report on the void out in Manhattan, right? Is that what you saw?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Who? Recorder unknown. When? Recording date and time unknown. Who the hell? Those were the doctor's final words. At the time, no one knew to whom he was referring, and to be fair, there were more pressing issues at hand. The doctor in question was a surgeon specializing in cesarean sections. The procedure he was undertaking at the time, however, was slightly unusual in that he was operating on a mother who had been declared brain dead 7 months into her pregnancy. She had been placed on life support, but since her blood pressure was decreasing and the fetus was showing signs of bradycardia, the decision was made to operate. Because the procedure was broadcast to medical researchers on a closed-circuit network, we are fortunate to have a record of what took place. Per the footage, the incision was made without incident. The plan was apparently to remove the fetus from the womb and immediately place it in an ICU, where it would receive the necessary care. Prior to this, the surgeon would, of course, have to cut the umbilical cord. This is the moment that changed everything. The moment the surgeon's hand touched the cord, in that instant, he uttered his infamous last words, "Who the hell?" Following a number of tests and experiments, the conclusion was reached that this incident was an annihilation event brought about by the doctor's contact with whatever or whomever he had seen upon touching the umbilical cord. Though it eventually became apparent that the doctor had been referring to BTs, at the time no one could explain the underlying cause of the incident. Some later theorized that if the same conditions, brain-dead mother, fetus, umbilical cord, could be recreated, then BTs could be detected and the mystery of the Death Stranding would be solved. Indeed, this was the theoretical basis upon which the government's own experiments and investigations would be conducted. They called the fetuses they used bridge babies, and the experiments became known as the BB experiments. Soon after the government's program got underway, the tragedy of Manhattan occurred. The BB experiments were conducted at a Manhattan-based government facility in such extreme secrecy that little is known about them to this day. One thing that we do know for certain, however, is that the experiments ended in tragic failure and were directly responsible for the total annihilation of the island of Manhattan, as well as the death of the president, who had been observing operations firsthand. He was succeeded by then Vice President Bridget Strand, who shortly after her inauguration put an end to all further BB experiments and had all data destroyed. With her strong and steadfast leadership in the wake of the void out, she made great strides in quelling the chaos and unrest that had spread throughout the nation. She vowed to rebuild America and devoted herself wholeheartedly to this end. In response, separatists who opposed Reconstruction emerged and steadily grew more aggressive in their activities. One faction even managed to acquire documents relating to the BB experiments, and some speculate that this data was used to restart them in secret. At the time, however, no BB units are known to have been successfully created, and BBs in general remain a taboo subject in government circles. Down his face.
Can I help you? Holy shit. John, is that you? What are you doing here? My wife's checked in. They don't want a repeat of last year.
Dude, is that Hartman?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were coming.
It sounds like him.
It sounds like Hartman.
Sam, the west side of that region is covered by a massive tar belt.
Thank you for the bits, mushroom jellyfish.
Dawson
Thank you
is
very
Edgemont
much.
City, the last bastion of civilization you'll find that far out. It's your final destination.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Once you use the Cupid to connect it, the chiral network will span the entire continent. The rebirth of America is so close.
I don't know about
And
this.
remember, that's where Amelie is being held captive. We need you to bring her home safely. But before you cross the tar belt, there's one more knot we need you to tie. Hartman will help you get it done.
Hartman!
He lives next to a lake shaped like a heart.
First, the dog tags you took from that soldier. Tuck them away in a pocket so you don't misplace them. Second, Mama's corpse. Her body shows no signs of necrosis, and I, for one, would like very much to know the reason why. Closer study may yield information that could prove instrumental in helping us to overcome the Death Stranding. Suffice it to say, 1 minute remaining. I don't have much time. See to your preparations. I'll be waiting. You'll find an official order on the terminal.
Is he on like a prepaid calling card?
No, he probably was running out of batteries on his heart, but that's also a good one.
I don't know. Have I met that guy? Or did you meet him in like... side
No, we
missions?
never met him. He just like shows up sometime. You remember when Mama would just be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
blah," and we're like, "Who are you?" Anyway, like
Yeah, okay.
he was the one who said that, you know, the dinosaurs or something were Death Stranded or something. Oh, Mama's corpse.
Oh, wait. Yeah, but it's not showing sign. We're bringing it to Heartman. Okay.
I put her corpse in the car.
All right, Sam. Take care of her. And don't worry, she won't go necro. Millingham's special. It'd be funny if these Ha of ours ended up being the key to saving us all.
Thank you for your contribution.
The song that you did for the video was awesome.
I literally just made it up right then.
As you did it?
Yeah, I was just like, ooh. Like, zero thought. I just sat down, put the microphone, I was like, ooh.
I love how those videos come together where it's just like, we're not even thinking about it for months, and then all of a sudden, I like came running over to you with this idea for the boxes, and then you were like, yeah, and then we can do this, that, and the other thing, and like...
Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation. Awaiting Cupid connection.
Alright. It's a butt.
Aww.
I assume we're gonna need that thermal pad for something.
Mm-hmm.
Please proceed into the facility with a cadaver. Good work.
Oh, this guy's gonna actually let us in his house?
Is this a padded floor?
Yep.
What?
It might be a leather floor. Some people get leather for their bottom. I don't know. Carpet.
Hartman's a freak.
Until resurrection time. What? Resurrection? No, resuscitation. What? Is that art? What am I looking at? Time until resuscitation?
What does that mean?
Maybe that's like part of the thing. We're like, what does that mean? Oh, you know what? It might be that he stops his heart or something. You know? Yeah, see?
Oh.
He's like a flatliner from the movie Flatliners. Have you seen that movie? It's a bunch of people who are like, we're gonna stop our hearts so we see a glimpse of the other side.
I feel like... Ooh. I'm really digging this lighting in here. Why is he playing music if he's dead?
He has funeral. He's not dead. He's just
Goth?
being goth. Yeah. He's playing funeral
He's just
music.
super goth.
He's just very emo. You wouldn't understand.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
So why does he do this again?
I don't know, probably to see his family in the beach or something.
Oh.
Or just because he wants to. I don't know. Cool.
Well, you certainly caught me with my pants down. Glad you could make it, Sam. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you, but I am what I am.
He's like,
Please, lay her down there.
he's like, nah, it's got nothing to do with that. I just don't like touching living people. If you were still dead, I could
Still no
totally
sign
chill.
of them.
You know your heart stops beating.
It stops every 21 minutes. I spend 3 minutes on the beach, and then return. 60 deaths and 60 resurrections per day. 60 opportunities to search the beach for my departed family.
Ah, see?
This is how I live. This is my life. So, while you've traveled to and from the scene an impressive number of times, my beach count is a little higher.
Okay.
218,549.
We get it. You're the most hardcore beach gamer. Like, I'm a hardcore beacher. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
He's a hardcore beach.
Yeah.
I see myself in that crater. My wife and my child.
Oh, that's why it's
like
shaped like...
looking at the shape of my heart.
Oh.
The doctors called it myocardial cordophobia. Mine is an especially unusual case.
That's where his kid and
Pictures.
wife died.
Care to see Hartman's heart-shaped heart? No, you really should. It doesn't run in the family. You know, I never came to terms with their loss. In the days that followed, I became obsessed with an idea that the beach is real, and they are on it. I would induce cardiac arrest, 3 minutes at a time, and search for them, day after day after day.
Oh, so you could say goodbye.
Quite the opposite. It is said that everyone's beach is different. So what if everyone's afterlife is different too? I find the thought terrifying, spending eternity alone, which is why I decided to find my family and make sure to move on with them.
You mean die with them?
Okay.
If death would see us reunited, then yes. But the repeated cardiac arrests took their toll on my heart. The muscle gradually deformed. And after a while, they started calling me the beach scientist. Hartman. I'm glad we could have this conversation. Oh. A body that doesn't necrotize.
Don't do weird shit, please.
No sign of decomposition. It's as if she were still alive. The perfect mummy. An impeccable corpse.
What's wrong?
Where's the other thing you were supposed to bring? Ah, found it.
Oh, is he
Behold.
blind?
Wait, dead man.
It appears to be an umbilical cord. Human by the looks of it, I think. But this was no ordinary conduit between fetus and placenta. It looks more like a BT's tether. And this was Mama's?
Oh, no, he's not. Okay.
Yes. A body that doesn't necrotize and an umbilical cord connected to the beach. These are remarkable discoveries, Sam. Enough to set my sore heart racing.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
I apologize if our conversation gets cut short.
I thought we had 21 minutes between. Okay, whatever.
Time.
I must go
okay.
back to the beach and look for my wife and
There's no
child.
time.
Time
One
did a
person.
thing.
One beach. That's the rule. But I'm the exception. My beach is connected to others, as if it were the beneficiary of a coronary bypass. Maybe this twisted heart of mine made it possible. All I know is that I will find them. Even if my every visit raises new questions, I'll have my answers one day. One day.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
The battlefields. The endless wars you found yourself trapped in. Why do World War era soldiers wander the beach a century after they fell? Normally the souls of the dead move on. The beach is just a corridor, a place through which they pass on the way to the other side. But if regret, resentment, a fervent desire to remain, if these feelings are powerful enough, they may give rise to an altogether different beach, a collective purgatory for an army of the damned. Clifford Unger. His misery and hatred, combined with your BB acting as some sort of catalyst, have brought these battlefields to our world.
2 minutes to cardiac arrest. Please proceed to a safe location.
It's just a theory.
You think Higgs is pulling the strings? Pulling all their strings?
Ensure you are in a stable position.
I don't know. But evidence does suggest that Higgs brought them here.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Oh, before I forget, I have a favor to ask.
Activating lab security measures.
He's like,
Could
what?
you just relax until I come back? Time stops on the beach, but not in the scene. Rest assured, it'll only feel like 3 minutes to you.
Uh-oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Dude, what are
We'll
you gonna...
continue this shortly.
Oh my god, what is this? Monsters are gonna come.
1.
So there's a couple things. One, we have the beautiful corpse, which I don't know if you've ever heard. Well, of course you have, because you look at like death stuff, but like how it's like this, the beautiful corpse, like where women like want to die in a beautiful way,
Oh yeah.
so that it doesn't like essentially like mess up their body. Remember that like woman who jumped from the building and she landed on the car, and
She didn't want anyone to see her. And then
Well-
people post pictures of her anyway.
yeah.
Dude, is that like a PS3 video game collection? What is that?
Sweet. And then also, even though he's kind of like dramatic, I appreciate his storyline because I feel like it gives some interesting context to some of this other like world stuff that's going on. But also, he seems like kind of a creep.
Of course he's a creep. He's been going...
Like, what is this?
Sighting 3. Oh, there's like sightings that I should be looking at? Uh-oh. There's things I should be looking at? Uh-oh. thought I was just looking at stuff for fun, not for stress.
We're supposed to be getting likes? Is that what we need?
I think we're uncovering a story here.
Oh. We're getting likes from him for snooping through all his stuff.
Well, maybe he just doesn't feel like explaining, and he's like, just figure it out, dude.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm trying to go as fast as I can because I didn't know I was supposed to be doing this. Quick, do you see anything? A rock.
Rocks.
Cool.
Look at all the rocks. Quick. More rocks.
More rocks.
Hurry up.
Quick, look at rocks. Look at that. Look at
Quick.
this.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at
I'm
this
looking
thing.
at things. Should
Whoa.
I look at him? Look at you.
Stand clear.
If you get 100 likes, he comes back from the dead. What?
I think that's a joke.
Oh, okay. Hartman would make one of those posts on Instagram. If this gets 100 likes, I won't die.
Visit 218,550. Oh, sorry.
How many
Where were
days
we?
is that? Seems like a
I may be
lot.
used to the 21-minute cycle, but for a first-time face-to-face meeting, there's just too much to cover in one go-around.
Can't be easy living like this.
Yes. And no. Now that I'm acclimated to it, it isn't especially onerous. Defecation, pollution, nutrition. Most of life's basic functions fit rather easily into a 21-minute time slot. Sleep is the tricky one. And intercourse, I suppose. Verbal or physical. Not that someone in my position has to worry much about
Verbal.
either.
Intercourse.
Do you read, Sam?
Yeah, those are definitely
to music.
PlayStation games.
Watch films? You know,
Oh, they're Blu-rays.
I have a collection of music, television shows, some very interesting short films, and stories.
Evil Rain 2.
Everything consumable within a 21-minute window. All from before the Death Stranding, of course. But honestly, the 21 minutes I spend here, all downtime, nothing more. Time spent waiting to go back to the search. My body may be present, but my soul is on the beach. I'm already dead.
We already have a
I know
guy
that
named
feeling.
Dead Man.
Lost my family in an accident.
Well, I never expected you to open up to me.
Don't touch
Aw,
me.
He wants a hug so bad.
Oh, he liked us.
Yeah.
As it happens, I've read about your circumstances. I lost my family in an accident, too.
He's like, I can relate to this weirdo.
Yeah.
I was in the ICU having heart surgery, out of town, in the city. When it was clear that I was going to pull through, my wife took my daughter back to the house to collect some things for me. And then they were caught in the void outs. The city and the hospital were spared the worst, but the shockwave knocked out the power and my life support. I woke up on the beach.
Whoa.
The people who died in the two void outs were there. What happened? What's going on? I saw my wife and my daughter in the procession. Hey! It's me! Where are you going? Wait! Don't leave without me! No! Don't go! Please, don't go!
That made me really sad.
Yeah.
The ICU's backup generator kicked in, and I was brought back to life by the defibrillator. Exactly 21 minutes after my heart had stopped. And that was the last time I saw my family. It's my damned heart's fault that we were torn apart. But it's also the reason I'll see them again someday. It defines me. I am Hartman. Ever since, I've walked the beaches of others. I follow my family's footsteps for a while, and when I get tired, I return here to continue my research. It's funny though. Even when my heart stops, the pain lingers. You have any family photographs, Sam? Pity.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
You mind telling me what I'm doing here before you go
That
back
was
to
like
the
fourth
beach?
wall breaking.
Yeah.
Of course. There's a prepper-owned station in this area. Our scientists stationed there are researching material from before the Death Stranding.
What kind of material?
The Earth has a long memory. It's trying to tell a story, one that goes back to the very beginning, one that not even the Death Stranding could erase. The scientists are all colleagues of mine from the earlier expedition. I'd like you to bring them onto the chiral network. Amelie proposed we establish our research posts along this belt. Despite a worldwide search, this is the only area known to contain fossils from the late Cretaceous period, when the dinosaurs died out. The assumption being that the last ones lived here, and here alone. You see, hiding in the Earth then are memories of a major mass extinction. Clues that could tell us how to survive our predicament. Certainly, that was Amelie's hope as part of the advanced team when she assigned our backup team here. The past informs the present and aids us in building the future. She was careful to impress that upon us before she went west.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
Shut up. I'm putting you on mute. Sometime later, we began to observe unusual activity in the tar belts outside Edgenot City. Vast quantities of tar began surfacing, spreading, consuming many of my colleagues, as well as a chiral way station. The whole incident defied explanation.
You think Higgs is to blame?
I don't know, but we needed that way station. It was essential to expanding the chiral network westward. That's why I'm asking you for your help in building a new one. It won't be much given the handful of equipment we've managed to scrape together. Nothing like the knot cities, that's for sure. But a knot is still a knot. Sam, I want you to use the Cupid to put the scientists on the network, then go to Amelie. Afterwards, we can get back to the important job of researching the deaths.
I knew it, buddy.
Oh, look!
Oh.
The padding, like, automatically catches him.
He knows himself.
I would also like an entire floor like this, so I could take a nap anytime I wanted.
The impact. I'll unlock the door for you.
Wait, so Hartman was just watching the whole time, like a rude person? Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam, you're so thoughtful.
He's like, nothing else I need to do. Okay.
Oh.
Aw.
That was sweet.
I liked that a lot,
I wish
actually.
more of this story was interspersed earlier in the game instead of all at once, but...
Sam, you heard it.
Give me this.
You can grab the order at a delivery terminal.
I feel like... Because I feel like there's people who probably didn't...
Our ultimate objective in this region is to build a replacement for a way station that was lost to the tar. The first step is to put a shelter with our scientists on the chiral network. Now, we don't know the first thing about Emily's status or what Higgs is up to. That's a concern for us as much as you. But we won't know more until we get to Edge Knot City. And that means connecting this region first. You should start with the geologist and the paleontologist. The latter's holding something for the Evo-Devo biologist, so I recommend you save her for last. That way, you can finish a delivery and link up the final site in one go. Once all three are on the grid, come back here. Then we can get to work on the replacement for that lost way station.
Sounds like I'm gonna need to make a lot of those pulley dudes.
Zipline?
Yeah. Alright. Okay, why does everybody need an antimatter bomb? Okay, alright, we're just gonna do the Chiralium first, because I don't feel like carrying an antimatter bomb right now.
A geologist of ours has been studying fossils as part of his research into prehistoric extinction events. He's been out there conducting excavations for a while now, and has begun to suffer the effects of chiral contamination. No doubt the result of excessive exposure to chiralium during the dig. Until the site is properly decontaminated, his work can't proceed. Nor will his health improve. So we need you to bring him some chiralium scrubbing agents.
So the
Administering shock. Stand clear.
The stratum the team was investigating dates from the end of the Cretaceous period. The time of the infamous mass extinction, which brought the reign of the dinosaurs to a close, leaving small mammals to inherit the Earth. It's the most recent of the Big Five, and one of the largest mass extinctions the world
Don't
has
say
ever
dinosaurs died because of
seen.
it.
In any event, our team found something truly remarkable. Can you guess what it was?
Dinosaurs
A
were killed.
fossil beach. If that is indeed what it is, then he has made a tremendous discovery. Therefore, Sam, it is essential that you deliver those chiralium scrubbing agents as soon as possible.
Dinosaurs were killed by the Death Stranding.
Thermal pad. Indispensable gear for cold weather operations. Especially useful when traversing snow-capped mountains.
Oh.
And look, a bunch of other people have put zip lines. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, awesome.
Wait.
So where's the...
Is that where they are?
What are you talking about?
Where? I thought we were going over here.
We're over here.
Yeah.
In the future, I can go over here
Yep.
and then put one here so
Uh-huh.
that I can go down here quickly
Oh.
and be able to move around. So it's a
Uh-huh.
big circle. I've mastered the art of being in the middle of a winter storm and having no idea what's happening. Through the hardship of playing this game alone off screen, I know the horrors. Oh, this is a building. Shit. How long has it been since the Death Stranding? Because the guy's like, our kids died 10 years ago, but it was already established to have a Death Stranding then.
Well, I don't know, because if World War I and World War II soldiers are on a beach...
No, that's not it.
No?
Because the Death Stranding, there have always been beaches. Always.
Oh.
It's just that now we know that they're here. So there's always been an afterlife and everything. The beaches didn't come because of the Stranding. They just know about the beaches because of the Death.
Sam Bridges. Oh, thank God for that. I was worried you might not get here in time. But then I've done nothing but worry of late. I've been haunted by those visions you doom sufferers see. That end of days stuff.
Oh.
I put the nightmares down to fatigue. Possibility of chiral contamination never even occurred to me. It's just lucky we got it before the suicidal stage.
Oh.
Dying's not an option. My research is nowhere near complete. It's not just my life you're saving here. It's my life's work. I started to wonder if I'd ever see these meds. I guess you really are good at what you do, huh? Thank you. Oh, yes. Right then. If you'd do the honors.
Alright, I don't need to see it for the 50 millionth time. Climbing anchor level 2.
And just like that, I'm part of the UCA, with access to a treasure trove of historical research materials. Studying this fossil beach should be a good deal easier now. Assuming I can prove once for all that that's what it is. Honestly, though, I'm just excited I can finally share these findings with everyone. Can you believe I found chiral deposits in strata dating back 65.5 million years?
Dinosaurs were killed by the
Evidence
Death
of
Stranding.
ancient Death Stranding.
Chiral matter has existed on Earth since long before the dawn of man.
Wait, can we just, like, acknowledge the existence of, in my head, a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex with a little baby Tyrannosaurus Rex?
I was picturing, like, giant Tyrannosaurus Rex BT.
This stratum is proof of that. Look at this, Sam. Do you see that black fissure there? We believe this is the source of the Chiralian readings.
Dude, wait, what if there really are
In the distant
dinosaurs?
past,
Yeah.
earthquakes
That would be
caused frictional
awesome.
melting along fault lines, producing layers of what is known as pseudotaculite. We call these layers fossil earthquakes. Extending the principle, our fissure here is what one might term a fossil beach. The presence of Chiralium in this of all strata cannot be a mere coincidence. It strongly suggests that beaches must have appeared during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. And not just then. The chiral network has recovered data suggesting that similar fossil beaches were discovered in strata corresponding to other extinction events too. That would seem to indicate the Big Five and all other major extinctions were accompanied by the appearance of beaches. In expanding the chiral network, you've helped us glimpse a pattern in these scattered points of data. You've furthered our individual research projects and ensured that it is only a matter of time before we recover all we have lost and solve every mystery that remains. But this is only the beginning. See this through, Sam, and there's no telling what we might learn.